Hello everyone. Please confirm, are you able to hear me properly? So I think we can wait a couple of minutes so that everyone can join. Okay, here we have Samyak, Rahul Raj, Ranit. Hello everyone, good evening. Fine, thanks for that Harshad, Samyak. Skulking, Ria Gurani. So basically with this we are starting our preparation for CAT 2025. Yes, exactly Harshad. This is a new batch for CAT 2025. And this class is there on YouTube as a free session for the new students as well. I'm sure that many of you are new to iQuanta and there are some old students as well, fine. So all of you are welcome. Yes, it is for 2025. Samyak. Okay, very good evening all of you. Samyak, if you want to revise, you can. Otherwise, yes, it's for 25. Now you need to take a call. Hello, very good evening all of you. So let's begin. Please confirm that who are already student of iQuanta here? Who are already students of iQuanta? For 25 batch? Crack Y1, I just told you that this is on YouTube platform as a free session for the new students as well. So that's why it is on YouTube. Yes, today not on Facebook, Disha. Perfectly fine, Samyak. Yes, I will see you at 7 there. Okay, many of you are already enrolled. Good. Yes, cinematize. That's perfectly right. Okay, and I'm sure there are some new students as well. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm repeating that. So this has been kept as a free session for all of the students now who are attending it live and the students who may see it afterwards as well. Excellent, excellent. Welcome all of you on this YouTube platform. Okay, so let's begin. So we are starting with a new topic, that is ratio and proportion. This is an important part of arithmetic. So arithmetic is one of the most important topic of your CAT Quant, and not only in Quant, it appears in DI as well. All right. So, yes, Disha, that will happen. See, Disha is asking that I'm unable to answer questions quickly. It takes time. So that's fine. That's true with everyone. Everyone is learning, right? So while preparing, we are just learning. Don't expect immediate result. And it's not allopathic medicine. And I take this tablet and immediately dard gayab ho jayega. It's not like that. So it certainly takes time. Okay, excellent, Souvik. So let's begin our journey. So I hope Disha is that is fine. So basically, this preparation purpose of preparation is that gradually we improve ourselves. We don't want to get some quick solutions, right? Some quick solutions may not be helpful always, but the point is that you become better, and you become better so that the effect is long lasting. है ना? Okay. Not today, Arpit. Next time. I hope it is okay. Fine. So let's start with this ratio and proportion, and this is an important topic. Let me recall. In arithmetic part, basically there are three major topics. So percentage, ratio, and averages. So ratio is basically you can say root for both of them also, percentage as well as average, because ratio is being used in percentage also. Percentage is also a specific ratio in comparison with the percentage, comparison with 100, and average, in average part also we use a lot of percentage things and ratio things. So ratio is basically the root of all the other basic topics of this arithmetic part. Okay, so let's start with this one now. Yes, Kriti, the step is same. Kriti is asking, what steps can I take to become best? To become best in quant? Practice. Conceptual clarity. Let me make it like this. In short, the answer is practice. But if you take it step by step things, so first step is conceptual clarity. Conceptual clarity. More you are having conceptual clarity, then practice will help you to become faster and faster and faster. As Disha was asking, I am unable to understand the questions at the first go. It happens because we are not accustomed to solve the questions. So by practice, you will become accustomed to solve questions, accustomed to read the language, accustomed to understand what is given and what is being asked in the question. But before that, conceptual clarity is the most important thing. Without conceptual clarity, just some shortcut will not help. If we have conceptual clarity, then all shortcuts will be really easier things to apply. Okay? Sanskriti, this is a new topic. We can begin with here only. If you attended some previous sessions, that's fine. If not, then it's okay. Okay, so let's start now. Welcome here, Harsh and Samyak. Okay, so I'm beginning with this ratio part. I hope this introduction is sufficient. That this ratio is the root of all the three basic topics of this arithmetic part, which is the largest contributor of questions in CAT quant section, and it also is also used in your DI section of a CAT. Fine. Okay, so let's begin now. So we have just understood the basic introduction about this ratio. So ratio is basically comparison of two quantities, right? Ratio is comparison of two quantities. So let's say A is to B. It is just comparison of two quantities. So ratio doesn't tell us about the exact value of the amounts. I repeat, ratio doesn't tell us about the exact values of the amounts, but it tells us about the comparative values, right? It tells us about the comparative values. So, for example, let's say A and B are two persons, and they are having some money with them, and that money is in the ratio 4:5. Okay, that is the ratio in which these two persons, A and B, are having some money with them. Fine. Okay, can you tell me with this information how much money each of the persons have? How many money each of the person has? Can you tell me? See, the first ground rule for the class is that you need to communicate through the chat media. And when I ask you a question, you need to write. I'm seeing all your comments. And if you have some question, you can also ask and then I can answer. So my first question is here. Can you tell me what is the actual amount of money that each person is having here? No. Yes, we can't tell the exact amount, and Samyak has mentioned beautifully 4x and 5x. That's fine. But we don't know the value of x, so basically answer is no, of course, because we don't know the exact value. There can be many ways possible. Yes, there are many possibilities. Sparsh class will be up to around 7. Fine. Okay, total money is no set, so we don't know. Acha, we don't know how much money they are having. They can be having 4,000, 5,000, 400, 500, 4x, 5x. Perfectly fine. There are many possibilities. Excellent. Next question now. Can you tell me who is having more money, A or B? Who is having more money, A or B? I repeat my question. Who is having more money, A or B? See, you just told me that you don't know the actual amounts with both the persons, right? But still you are telling me the answer that who is having more money, right? That is the meaning of this ratio. That is the meaning of this ratio. Even we don't know the exact values, but we can compare, right? We can compare who is having more, who is having less. All of it is clear? Perfectly fine. Okay, B is having more, that's perfectly fine. That you can see very easily that A is having 4 part of the total and B is having 5 part of the total. Perfectly fine. Okay, can you tell me how much percent more B is having? How much percent more B is having? B is having more money than A, that's perfectly fine. B has more money than A. That's perfectly fine. Good. Now my question is, how much percent more? How much percent more? Now it's again comparison. I just told you that we can compare the values, isn't it? We don't know the exact amount. I don't know. By seeing the numbers only, we can easily tell that B is having more money than A. Now I'm asking how much percent more? Excellent. Excellent. Most of you are writing the right answer. And between a few wrong answers are there also, which are quite expected. See, now I'm asking how much percent B is having more than A, right? I'm asking how much percent B is having more than A. So more than A. So basically we are comparing with A, right? We are comparing with A. So in the denominator, which value will be there? With which we are comparing the difference. So in the denominator, we'll be having the value corresponding with A, which is 4 part, right? Right? So denominator will be having 4. Yes, many of you are writing it correctly. This is perfectly fine, Samyak. So it is 5 minus 4 upon 4 into 100. Fine, and that is 25%. Is it fine? So this is a very important part. कि more than whom? ठीक है ना? Is it okay? So still we do not know the actual values, actual money which they are having, but B is having more and B is having how much percent more, that we can immediately tell. Okay, next question. Who is having less money? Obviously A. Right? A is having less money, right? So A has less money. किससे less than B? Same question, how much percent less? Of course, Rocky. Sanskriti, we have just found the percentage change here. How much percent B had more money? How much percent? Now I'm asking how much percent A has less money than B? That's perfectly fine. Exactly. Good. So बिल्कुल same सवाल है. Exactly similar question it is. It's 20%. Kriti Jain, what is this 75 here? It's exactly the same thing. So A has less money than B. How much money we do not know, but what is the difference? The difference is 5 minus 4. And this time we are comparing with B, right? We are comparing with B. So this comparing than whom? More than whom, less than whom. So than what? So whatever is the number here, than, that we need to see. That will come in denominator part. So this time it is than B. So the value of B will come in denominator. So 5 minus 4 upon 5 into 100. That gives you 20%. It is 1 upon 5, 520 are 100. That gives you answer 20%. Fine. So that's how basically percentage is also being used here. So as I said you earlier also, that this ratio part is the root of all these arithmetic topics. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. See, basically A and B are in the ratio 4:5, which means if A becomes 40, can you tell me what will be the value of B? What will be the value of B here? If I make it A as 40, so what will be the value of B? 50, right? Good, good. So basically I can say that if I multiply both the ratios with same number, I repeat, if I multiply both the ratios with same numbers, the ratio will not change. है ना? Ratio will not change. If I write in place here 4, I write 12. So what will be this value? What will be the corresponding value for B here? What will be the corresponding value for B now if A has been written as 12? Yes, because this is 3 times 4, so this is 3 times 5, that is 15. So same reason. So if I multiply the ratios, both the ratios with same number, right, the ratio will remain same. Ratio will remain same. ठीक है ना? Okay, can we do this operation in division also? Can we do this operation in division also? Yes, why not? Let's check. So in place of 4, if I write it as 1, can you tell me what will be the corresponding value for B? What will be the corresponding value for B? Good. Most of you are writing the right answers. Very nice. I hope you are getting it clearly. Yes, what will be the value for B now? 1.25. Excellent. Or 5 by 4. Wonderful. So basically now I have divided this value of A by 4. Right? I have made 1/4 of it. Same way the value of B will also be 1/4 of itself. That is 5 by 4, or we can say in decimals 1.25. ठीक है ना? Okay, I'm asking reverse question now. If I put B is equivalent to 1, then what will be the corresponding value for A? What will be the corresponding value for A? Yes, it will be 4 by 5. Excellent. Exactly same way. If it is 1, then this is going to be 4 by 5. Or same way, if you are writing decimals, it will become 0.8. I hope this part is clear with everyone. So we need to understand what is the meaning of this ratio and how we can use it, and what different things can be inferred from a given ratio. ठीक है ना? उस रेशियो से हम क्या क्या पता कर सकते हैं? So if they were total having some amount with them, so A is having 4 part and B is having 5 part, right? So this is 4, this is 5. So if I need to write it actually, as some of you mentioned it initially also, so what I can say, so let A is having a value 4x and then B is having 5x, right? And out of the total 9 parts, A is having 4 by 9 of total. I can also write like this. So A is having actually 4 by 9 of total. And this B is having 5 by 9 of total. Okay. How did I get this 9 value here? This 9 kaise aaya? 4 plus 5, right? 4 plus 5. So this total amount, let's say A and B are working in some project, or basically A and B are working, A and B are doing some business and they earn some profit, right? Now that profit is to be divided in the ratio 4:5. That profit is to be divided in the ratio 4:5. So what we need to do, we divide that whole profit in 9 parts, 4 plus 5, 9 parts, and 4 parts will be taken by A and 5 parts by B. ठीक है ना? Is it clear to everyone? So that's the basic part. So we are trying to understand what does ratio mean, how it is represented, what we can do with it, and what different things can be inferred from a given ratio. Is it clear with everyone? Any doubt so far? Any questions so far you can ask? Okay, now we shall move to some good properties and then good questions. Okay, I shall move forward then. ठीक है, I'm moving further now. Now here's a question for you. There are two questions. There are two questions for all of you. Aditya, 4 plus 5. We just discussed about that, na Aditya? The total profit is to be divided in the ratio 4:5. So there are total 4 plus 5, 9 parts. 4 parts are taken by A and 5 by B. Now answer these two questions, everyone. Now be careful while answering. Cat just catches you on the silly mistakes. Okay, I guess this is the answer for your first question. Arpit, Chaitanya, Praveen, Shivashish. Ranit, you will be getting a mix of questions. There will be some new questions or maybe some old questions you may have seen earlier. Okay. So how to do it? Let's see it. So it says if A is to B is 3:5, then find the value of this expression. As we have already discussed, just by seeing the ratios, I don't know the values of A and B, right? Do we know the value of A and B? No, we don't know the actual values of A and B. So how to go about it? How to solve it? How you are getting the answers? Some of you are getting answer for the first one, and for the second part you are writing CBD, can't be determined, and some of you are getting answers for both the questions. How to go about this? First tell me this first part, A part. So this ratio A is to B is given as 3:5. I don't know the values of A and B. So how to solve it? How to solve it? What's your take? How you're getting the answer? Yes, Ranin, that is a question. I don't know the values of A and B. I can't say A is equal to 3, B is equal to 5. Can we say that? It's not. It may be A is equal to 6, B is equal to 10 and so on. There are multiples can be there. Yes, Samyak, that's a good thing. That's also a good thing. M1E, I guess. That's a good thing. We can convert this part in the form of A is to B and then we can put the values. Nice substitution. Okay, let's see here. Yes, exactly. Okay, see, let me tell you, I think Samyak or somebody, I think Ranit mentioned that he just put the value of A as 3 and B is 5. That's fine. So that can be done in this question as well. X equals to 2, Y is equal to 3. But in this case, that is not the right answer. But in this case, we'll get the right answer. So why is that so? So for that, you must understand this basic thing. As we have already discussed this, when I say A is to B is 3:5, it does not mean that A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 5. No, that is one possible values, but there can be many others as well, right? So then how does it going to matter? It matters in that way. So we can say from here that A and B, they are common multiples of 3 and 5. So if I need to write some values, I can say A equals to 3K and B is equal to 3K, where K is the common multiplier. Right, where K is the common multiplier. Is it okay? Okay, I don't know the value of K. K could be 1, K could be 2, K could be any other number as well. But A equal to 3K, B is equal to 5K. That's fine. Okay, now just put these values here. That can be done, right? Without any mistake, that can be done. Put A equal to 3K, B equal to 5K. So if I put that, so 4 into 3, that is 12K. And 3 into, this is 5K, sorry. B is equal to 5K. So 3 into 5, that is 15K. Upon, this is again 3 into 3, that is 9K. And 2 into B, that is 5, 10K. Right? I have just substituted these values here. Right? I could have substituted directly 3 and 5 also, but the problem is, there is some problem there. I will just mention that. So if I simplify this, what I'm going to get, this is 27K. And this is 19K. And obviously K is not equal to 0, so K can be simply cancelled. It comes out to be 27 by 19. That is perfectly the answer, right? अगर मैं K को 1 ही लिखता तो भी यही आंसर आने वाला था. But now let's check this case. Let's check this case. What happens here? So in this case, if I divide it, if I put same way X is equal to 2K, and y equal to 3k. What happens in this case? Let's see here. If I put these values, this is going to be 3 times square of 2k, right? That is square of 2k is 4k square. So 4 into 3, it is 12k square. Fine. 4 times y square. Y is 3k now. 3k का square कितना होगा? It is 9k square. 9 into 4, 36. So this is 36k square upon 2x, that is 4k, and 3y means 9k. So that comes out to be 12 plus 36, that is 48k square upon 13k. And this 1k would be cancelled, so it is 48 by 13k. But what is the value of k? That we do not know, right? What is the value of k? That we do not know. In this earlier case, that k got cancelled, so value was constant, whatever be the value of k. But in the second case, it depends upon this k. That's why answer in the second question is cannot be determined, CBD. Fine. But in the first case, clearly the answer is 27 by 19. Is it fine? And there was another suggestion, a very nice suggestion given by someone. Let me tell that also. Is that part clear? Acha, by the way, why did this happen? Can you tell me? Why did this happen? In this case, we got exact value. In this case, it depends upon k. Why did that happen? Why did it happen that in earlier case we got the exact value, but in the second case the value depends on k? Can you guess something? Why did it happen? What is the reason for that? What will be such cases where we can get a wrong answer? Because suppose this is a question in your exam, 48 by 13 will also be there in the options. Yes, exactly, because of the powers of the variables. See, in the numerator, power of variable is 2. But in the denominator, there are linear values, right? The variable's power is 1 only. And in this first case, if you see, the powers were equal. So basically, powers of the variable must be same. That is the simple reason. ठीक है ना? The powers must be same. The powers of variable must be same in both the portions. In that case, directly if you put this value a equal to 3, b equal to 5, that doesn't matter. You will get the right answer. In this case also, suppose this had been 2x square, 3y square, then directly putting x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3 will give you right answer. But this difference, this extra k is coming out because of the difference in the powers only. So always keep this thing in mind. Whenever there is a change in degree or change in power of the variables, in that case, the answer is cannot be determined, right? And that becomes a shortcut now. That becomes a shortcut now. Aditya says, my basic conceptual ratio is missing when we don't know the value of a and b or x and y. Can we assume it with variables? That's what we have done, Aditya. We don't know the value exactly. So that's why because of this ratio, we know that if a equal to 3k, then b equal to 5k. Same way here, if x equals to 2k, y is equal to 3k. I don't know their exact values, but still I can do something with these expressions. That's what we have done. Okay, let me tell you one more way, suggested by some of you only. In this first case, in this expression, it is 4a plus 3b upon 3a plus 2b. If I divide both the numerator and denominator by b, I repeat, if I divide both numerator and denominator by b, so it will look like 4 times a by b plus 3, isn't it? Upon, this is 3 times a by b plus 2. Is it fine? I've just divided both numerator and denominators by b. Clear? Archie, can we use x as 2 by 5 and y as 3 by 5? Archie, that is only one specific case. There can be others as well. We are not talking about the total x के पास pool total का कितना part है. So 2 by 5 and 3 by 5 are one possible values. So basically you are taking k equals to 1 by 5. So that may not be true always. I hope this part is clear. Now a by b in this first case is clearly known to us. It is 3 by 5. It is a fixed value. So we are going to get our exact answer. So this will give us the exact answer. Okay? But in the second case, if you see, so this expression will become how much? If I divide by y both sides, let's say, if I divide by y, So it is going to be 3 times x by y into 1 extra x is remaining, and this is going to be 4 times y, because I have divided by y only, and in denominator it will be 2 times x by y plus 3. Are you getting it? So now this second expression clearly depends upon the values of x and y, or basically this k here, right? So that's why this second case cannot be answered. We cannot find out the value of the second expression exactly, but for the first expression we can tell the exact value of it because the ratio a by b is known to us. ठीक है? Yes, exactly, Samyak. The first one is better. The first method which we did, that is better, directly putting the values and seeing that, as I just discussed you, I just told that if the powers are same in both numerator and denominator as in this case, so directly putting a equal to 3, b equal to 5 will give us answer. And if powers are not same, then also there is no need to put directly, we can say that answer cannot be determined. That's it. Right? So right now I'm not discussing the faster way or the slower way, we are just discussing what are different ways. Is it okay? Disha, I just answered that. I'm not saying it do that or not. We are just discussing the different ways. Fine? Yes, this is just alternative method, exactly. And this was suggested by some of you only in the comments. From there only I have picked it. Is it fine? Clear? Okay, I will proceed further now. Urvashi, can we do it x is equal to 2y by 3? In this case, you can say x is equal to 2y by 3. Yes, that's perfectly fine, Urvashi. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so let's move further now. This was the whole basic part, and now clearly, gradually, we are going to some good concepts of ratios. Now, this is really good one. Now, this is really good one thing. See here very carefully. It says it's a very important property. It's very helpful in solving the questions much faster, much faster. It says if a by b equals to c by d equal to e by f equal to g by h and so on. So if there are various ratios, there are various equal ratios, right? Various equal ratios are there. So let it be equal to k. In that case, so creating a new ratio, creating a new fraction in which all the numerators and all the denominators are added, this new fraction is also equal to same k. Do you agree with this? Can you take some example and verify? Can you confirm some examples? How it can be so? It says if a by b equal to c by d equal to e by f and so on equal to k, then some of the numerators upon some of the denominators is also equal to same k. Can you take some small example and verify it? Quickly, please. Right? We can take some more examples and see for yourself. See, for example, if I take 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4, there are two equal expressions, right? So it is also equal to clearly 1 plus 2 upon 2 plus 4, isn't it? Verified. Yes, exactly. I also did same thing, Chaitanya. I also did same thing. So this 1 by 2 is equal to 2 by 4, right? They are equal fractions. So according to this property, what does it say? Okay, this fraction is going to be equal to when the numerators and denominators are added directly. That means 1 plus 2 upon 2 plus 4, that is 3 by 6. Fine. And it is not limited to two fractions. It can be any number of fractions. Are you getting it? Yes, exactly. Good. Good. ठीक है ना? Now, continuing with this, it is not only true for this part. If both numerator and denominator are multiplied with same numbers, for example here, it is this both parts are multiplied by p. So PA, PB, same way this is multiplied with Q, so QC, QD and RE, RF and so on. So then also this ratio remains same. This new fraction remains same. And same way, if it is increased to same power other than this A by B, other than this multiply with the same number P, so if it is raised to some same power n, in each case, the power n, A power n, B power n, C power n, D power n and so on, so this ratio becomes that original value k raised to power n also. For example, Priyanshi, take numbers. We have just taken the example. Why don't you take example? Take example now. Take some equal fractions and then see whether it verify or not. That's it. It is as simple as that, Priyanshi. Just take some equal fractions and see whether it works or not. We are just verifying it right now. है ना? I've taken this example here, 1 by 2, 2 by 4, they are equal fractions and it verifies, and many of the students have written in the comments also many other examples. And see, it is actually very easy and it is the fastest way to solve questions. Very typical questions can be solved by using these properties. This is really very, very helpful. There are questions which are directly asking like this in the form of ratios, and sometimes there are questions in some word problem format, sometimes time, space, distance, time and work. There are various cases where you get struck in equations like that. Some fractions are to be equated and solved. In that case, this is pretty easy thing. Catch MBA Live, you can just rewind your video, isn't it? We have just started the topic, so you can continue with now only. Otherwise, you can just take a quick look at the previous part. Yes, it is also helpful in DI, exactly, Swaranjali. Okay, so let's move further. Let's take example for this part also. Let's use the same expression. So this 1 by 2 equals to 2 by 4. I'm taking this part only. So according to this property, what is going to happen? Let's just make it square. So 1 square plus 2 square upon 2 square plus 4 square, right? So how much it becomes? Let's check. So 1 plus 4, it is 9, and this is 16 plus 4. Sorry, 4 plus 1, that was 5. That's 5. And 16 plus 4, that is 20, which is 1 by 4, and which is basically square of the original ratio 1 by 2 as expected, isn't it? Yes, this is the third one with the example here. This is third part, not second. Now here is the third part with an example. So I'm using the same ratios 1 by 2, 2 by 4 and so on. All these ratios we know it is equal to 1 by 2, right? So I've just squared the numerators and then added that. So 1 square plus 2 square upon 2 square plus 4 square, the value comes out to be 5 by 20, which is 1 by 4, which is basically square of the original ratio, right? Acha, same thing is going to happen. If in place of plus, if it is minus, will it matter? No, the result will be same true. It will be still true. This is, if this is minus, then also it is going to be true. Is it okay? Is the property clear? So let me tell you again, let me write it again. So given is that if A by B is equal to C by D is equal to E by F and so on, right? If they are equal, let it is equal to K as was mentioned in that previous slide. So then what we are saying, then sum of the numerators, you tell me now, A plus C minus E upon B plus D minus F. How much it will be equal to? Tell me now this. How much this will be equal to? A plus C minus E upon B plus D minus F. Answer fast. You have to tell the answer in terms of K. I mentioned it, it is equal to K. So you need to answer in terms of K now. Will it be K, K square, 2K, 3K, what it is? Akanksha, okay. Yes, it is going to be K. Quickly, yes, we can directly tell the answer, right? It is equal to K. Okay, how to verify it is right or not? By the way, we have verified already. So what we can do easily here, see, this is a very simple thing and very important. I am telling it repeatedly because this is really actually very important thing. So if A by B equals to K, I can say that A is equal to B into K. isn't it? I can say this A is equal to BK because A by B is equal to K. Same as C by D equals to K, which means C is equal to DK, E is equal to FK. Fine. And if I just substitute all these values, this is BK plus DK minus FK. So K would be common and B plus D minus F, it will be same thing, right? So this answer comes out to be K. Yes, Yashasvi, that's what I took. It can be anything. So minus also works. That's for that purpose only I have taken it minus this time. So it's not only to be added, it can be subtracted as well. Okay, Palak, take that second example also. Now the second question, this was the first part in a way, and then second part, if I multiply with them some values. Okay, so now find out this. If I ask you what is 2a minus 3c plus 4e upon 2b minus 3d plus 4f. Everyone answer fast. Answer fast. Priyanshi, anything can be used. There is no need to identify. We just need to see it should be same in both numerator and denominator. It should be same. That's it. Now answer this one. Palak, here is the second part for you. It is same K. Good. So it doesn't matter. Isn't it, Palak? It doesn't matter, right? So the point is that, as somebody was asking, so the only thing is that both A and B must have the same coefficient, right? It is 2. Same way for both C and D should be same coefficient. In this case, if we can say it is minus 3, you can say, you know, and for E and F it is same 4. Is it fine? So that's perfectly fine. So same way, if I put these values, it is BK, DK and FK. So we can verify that very easily. So that K part would be common and the remaining numerator denominator are same. So the answer is still same, K. And if I am going to raise the power now, then what will happen? Okay, answer this one now. If I raise the power, let's say you have to tell me now what is A square plus C square plus E square upon B square plus D square plus F square. Okay, everyone find the answer and verify also fast. It's not K now. Samak, one answer is sufficient. Yes, it is K square. Excellent, Vandan. Savik, good. Yes, it is third property, you can say. See, the point is that no need to, what should I say? No need to rot the properties. Ratta marlo, ratta nahi marna hai. Try to understand. So that's what we are doing here. So this A is equal to BK. If I put that value, it is B into K. So B into K ka square, that is B square K square. This is a D square K square, F square K square. So K square will be common now and the remaining numerator denominator are same. So answer is K square. Hai na? What is not clear, Priyanshi? See, everyone is writing here K square and that's perfectly right answer. Yes. So it's not K every time. So basically the powers must be same. Okay, let me ask you one more question now. One more question. So these three parts we have already done. Let me ask you this time. If question is A cube plus 2C square minus 3E upon B cube plus 2D square minus 3F. Now tell the answer. Now tell the answer. Fast, please. Yes, exactly, Prerna. Good. Now answer is cannot be determined. Why do you guess, Sparsh? You can solve it, no? You can verify. See, as I just mentioned, you just put the same values. If I put A equal to BK, it is going to be B cube K cube, right? Same way, this is 2 times D square K square. And nothing can be common, nothing would be cancelled, right? So answer is here in this case, cannot be determined. And why did it happen? Why did it happen? Because powers were not same for all the variables. Right? Powers were not same for all the variables. Right? So we need to remember these small things, and by using them we can immediately answer. Right? We can use answer immediately. The powers must be same for all the cases. See, in this case, I have taken the same coefficient for all of the variables, right? I have taken the same coefficient, I have taken the same sign. This is positive, both of these are negative. I have kept this thing same. But what is the difference here? There is difference in powers. So because of difference in powers, answer here is cannot be determined, right? So certainly if you are going to get another question like this, then you don't need to verify it, right? You know it already. It is cannot be determined. Is it okay? If you get similar expression like this, so whether the coefficients are all positive one or some are negative, or there are some other coefficients, but it must be same. So then now you don't need to put the values. You directly know it is exactly equal to the previous fraction. These are the shortcuts, right? The shortcut works once your concept is clear. Otherwise, very easily you are going to forget them or misuse them. Is it clear with everyone? आगे चलें. Shall we proceed? Okay. Okay, I'm moving ahead now. So here's a question for all of you. Answer this one. Hello, HP. Answer this question. And this similar question was asked in CAT also. Okay, Arshia says option D, that is more than one of the options. Fine. What values are you getting, by the way, Arshia? स्पर्शराज कैट 25 तो 25 में ही होगा ना. हुआ तो 24 भी नहीं अभी. Okay, many of you are getting A, 1, but some of you are getting D as well. So 1 के अलावा और कौन सी वैल्यू आ रही है? By the way, how did you get 1? How did you get 1? See, the basic instinct is that the most of the students, what do? Let's put each of the value as 1. Hana? How did you get the value 1? Yes, many of you are writing A1, and which is a quite obvious option among all the 4. But by the way, D is the right answer. D is the right answer. Yes. So the simple way would be just add all the fractions. We have just discussed this property. These are 3 equal fractions mentioned here, which is equal to K, and we need to find the value of this K. right? We need to find the value of this k. So we know that these three fractions are equal, so they are also going to be equal to sum of all these three, right? Sum of all these three. Yes, exactly, Soumyadeep, that's perfectly fine. So if I add all these three, so this k is going to be equal to sum of the numerators, that is p plus q plus r, upon sum of the three denominators, right? And that is going to be how much? This is p plus r, p plus q, q plus r, there is positive part, and p, q, r, are there negative part also? So on simplifying, we will have this p plus q r in the denominator. ठीक है ना? Now this value will be 1 always, kya? It will be equal to 1 if p plus q plus r is not equal to 0. See, whenever I say this, whenever I cancel out the common term, the common factor, the condition is that it should not be equal to 0. But what if it is equal to 0? What if if p plus q plus r is equal to 0? In that case, what will happen? Yes, this is cancelled when it is equal to 1. So answer comes out to be 1. That's perfectly fine. But this can be cancelled only if the denominator is not equal to 0. Now I'm asking, what if the denominator becomes 0? PQR may have certain values such that their sum becomes equal to 0. है ना? In that case, we cannot cancel out. तब क्या करेंगे? How to find that? Now use this. Let's see this. So if p plus q plus r is equal to 0, can you tell me what will be the value of q plus r in that case? If this p plus q plus r is 0, so what will be the value of q plus r? Let me write here. So q plus r would be how much? Minus p, isn't it? Yes, 0 by 0 is not defined, but k is defined. So let's see that what happens. So if p plus q plus r is 0, in that case, this q plus r becomes how much? It is negative p, isn't it? It's minus of p. Yes or no? ठीक है ना? Okay, now substitute the value here. So this expression is basically k. So let's put it here. So this k is basically equal to this p upon q plus r minus p. I'm just making use of this first fraction in this case. And this q plus r is minus p. That is p upon minus p minus p. Yani ki p upon negative of 2p, which makes it minus 1 by 2. But same thing, p is not equal to 0. So we are assuming here that p, q, r, none of them is 0 individually. So this is another value possible, minus 1 by 2. So there are two values possible, this 1 and minus 1 by 2, depending upon whether p plus q plus r is 0 or not. So option A and option C, both values are possible. That's why answer is D, that more than one of the options. Is it okay? So this is the important thing that CAT has used here. Whenever we are cancelling out common factors, so we must take care of that, whether that common factor is 0 or not. ठीक है ना? So if that is not 0, the value is 1, and if p plus q plus r comes out to be 0, in that case, the value of the expression comes out to be minus 1 by 2. ठीक है? Is it fine? Good. So that was a reminder question in a way that we should not be hurry. We should not be in hurry. So if you are in hurry, then you can get the value 1, you mark the answer and move ahead. But that's a wrong answer. Okay. Okay, let's move further. Here's another good question for all of you. Please answer fast. There are too many things to cover. So let's be quick now. By the way, we are going to discuss further more questions like that earlier one in future slides. So be ready for that. For the time being now, please solve this question. Now this is a word problem. Okay, Shivashish says 140. And that's perfectly right answer. Good. Alok, please recheck. This question is asking what is the number of B blocks? What is the number of B blocks? We need to find that. Yes, 144B. That's correct. Good, Alok. Is it clear to everyone? I understood that, Alok. Fine. But don't do that typing error in actual exam, right? See, in this preparation part, you can commit as many errors as possible. That's fine. That's okay. But point is that learn from that. Don't repeat the mistakes. And that's true for your life as well. In life also, we commit so many mistakes. But whether you are learning from the mistakes or not, that's the important thing. And what is the learning from the mistakes? That don't repeat them. Right? So I hope it is clear to everyone. So the ratio of the blocks A, B, C, D is given, that is 5, 7, 2, 1. And so in a bag there are certain number of toys block with alphabets A, B, C, D written on them. The ratios of block A, B, C, D is 5, 7, 2, 1. If the number of A blocks is 60 more than the number of C blocks, then what is the number of B blocks? That is the question. Okay, as we have discussed already, that we don't know the exact number of blocks of any kind. We just know the ratios. So if I need to write the values, I need to use a common multiplier with all of them. So if I use a common multiplier K, let's say, so it's talking about the difference in the number of A blocks and C blocks. The A blocks is 60 more than the C blocks. So A block कितने हो जाएंगे? 5K. And C block कितने हो जाएंगे? 2K. And it is given that their difference is equal to 60. So from here we directly get to know that 3K is equal to 60, or basically K equals to 20. Now what is the question? Question is what is the number of B blocks, and B blocks we know it is 7K. So 7K is obviously 140. And all this thing can be done mentally within seconds, isn't it? So that was certainly easy question. And these types of questions you are going to find in so many exams. Okay, let's quickly move to the next one now. Okay, another one. Do it quickly. Priyanshi, one time it is okay. No need to write the answer repeatedly. By the way, 28 you are saying. Okay. Samyak Jain writes, Are Samyak 40 and 20 are not there in the options, Samyak. Fast, please. By the way, a small hint for all of you, don't forget the order of the names. It's Anjali, Mohan and Rama. Okay, Samyak. Now answer this one. Arey, no answer? Okay, let me see here. It says in an examination, Rama's score was 1/12 of the sum of the scores of Mohan and Anjali. So Rama का जो score है, it was in an examination, Rama's score was 1/12 of sum of scores of Mohan and Anjali, and after a review the score of each of them increased by 6. So the revised scores of Anjali, Mohan and Rama were in the ratio 11, 10, 13, 3. So Anjali, Mohan and Rama, their new scores are in the ratio 11, 10, 3. 11, 10, 3. So that is the ratio of their new scores, right? Their revised scores. This is a ratio of their revised scores. Fine. So what we can say here, so their new revised scores, if I multiply the common multiplier, if I use the common multiplier k, so I can say it is 11k and this is 10k and this is 3k. Yes or no? These are the revised scores. These are the revised scores. So what were the initial scores or original scores? Because these scores have been increased by 6, right? So that means the original scores must be 6 less than that. So original score must be 11k minus 6 for this Anjali, and for Mohan it must be 10k minus 6, and for Rama it must be 3k minus 6. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? So basically in terms of this common multiplier k, we have got to know all the scores of these 3 persons. Now we just need to apply this first sentence here, all right? So this first sentence mentions that Rama's score was 1/12. Rama's score kya hai? 3k minus 6. So let me write here. So this 3k minus 6 is equal to how much? It is equal to 1/12 of what? Of what? So 1/12 of sum of scores of the other two, Mohan and Anjali. So Rama's score was 1/12 of sum of these two scores, right? So sum of these scores, let me put here, it is 11k minus 6 plus 10k minus 6. That's it. So that's the equation we are having. We just need to simplify this and find the value of k, and then we can tell the answer. Then Anjali's score exceeded Rama's score by. So Anjali's score exceeded Rama's score by. Then we need to find the difference. That we can do it easily. है ना? So let's simplify this quickly. Can you find the value of k from here? Can you find the value of k from here? So I think this 12 can be taken that side, है ना, and then simplify. So 12 times 3, that is 36 k minus 72, isn't it? And here 11k plus 10k, that makes it 21k, minus 6 makes it 12. Now this k can be taken on one side, so 36k minus 21k would be 15k, and 72 minus 12, that is 60. So this gives you k equals 4. Fine, this k equals 4. So now we got to know the all scores. Now we got to know the scores of all the values. So we can find that. So the revised scores are basically 11 times 4, that is 44. 10 times 4, that is 40. And 3 times 4, that is 12. So question was, then Anjali's score exceeded Rama's score by. So Anjali or Rama score ka difference, that's what we need to calculate. 44 minus 12, that is 32. Is it okay? Yes, 32 is correct. Is it fine? So basically we just need to make sure whatever is given, what is given and what is being asked. So if we are not doing any error in that part, then it's very fine, easy part. Okay, let's move further now. I'm moving to the next question quickly. So the next part is merging ratios, right? Merging ratios, and that's a very important thing. And many questions have been asked in CAT very fast here. Skull King, this simplification part is solving linear equation, isn't it? It's simple linear equation. You just need to simplify it on your own. That was work for you basically. If you want to see it again, see it here. This 3k minus 6 was 1/12 of this part. So the important point is that how you are making the equation. So we made the equation just by reading this part. That is a word problem, converting a word problem, a sentence into an equation. And then simplifying is simple part. And simplifying is simple part. I multiplied 12. I took this 12 in the denominator on the left hand side. It came into multiplication here. And then I combined the k terms together and the constant terms together, and then I found the value of k and just substituted the value of k back, and we got their original scores, yeah, the revised scores. And question was just asking about the difference between the two scores, and that's you can find easily. है ना? Okay, now in this next question, it says to merge the ratio. So A by B is given 3:4 and B is to C is given 5:3. We need to find the ratio A is to B is to C. Quickly find the answer. Quickly find the answer, please. Okay, already many of you have got Vandan, Shivashish, 15, 20, 12. They are saying. We need to find this value. It is given that, let me write here. I'm writing it here. A by B is 3:4. So A is to B is 3:4. I'm writing it here only. And for B is to C, it is given 5:3. So B and C, this ratio is 5:3. So we need to find the overall ratio. The overall ratio. How to do this? Is fine skulking? Okay, so many of you are getting the answer here. 15, 20, 12. See, the basic part here is we need to club this, the common part here. The B is the common part in both the ratios. A by B may be B here and B is to C may be B here, right? So the value of B in this first ratio is 4. Here B corresponds to 4 and here B corresponds to 5. So we need to club that part. That is a basic way, right? So what we can do, just take a common multiple or LCM of 5 and 4, that is 20, right? है ना? So तो इसको 20 बनाने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? तो this first ratio needs to be multiplied with 5 so that this value of B becomes 20, and same with the second ratio should be multiplied with 4. So the same reason that the corresponding value for B becomes 20. Now just put the values. So 5 times 3, that is 15. 5 times 4, that is 20. Same, 4 times 5 is 20 and 4 times 3 is 12. So clearly the answer is 15, 20, 12. ठीक है? Is it okay? That's the basic way, normal way. Now there is some quick way. There is some quicker way also. There's some quicker way also. Let's see this. Let's see this. The originally ratios given are 3:4 and 5:3. है ना? Sometimes you may doubt कि अरे इससे क्यों multiply करना है? Without multiply किए कर सकते हैं क्या? So based on this part only, by the way, what we have done is perfectly fine. But based on this only, there is another quick method which you can make use of. So this ratio was 3:4, right? We need to find the overall ratio here. We need to find the overall ratio. So this method, some people call it by different names. I'm not using any name now. But what we are doing, so we need to club these two ratios. So what to do? This is 3, 4 and this place is vacant here. We don't know about this value here. So write this, repeat this part 4 here. If 4 था तो just write 4 here again. ठीक है? I'm just repeating this part. I'm not saying this ratio is 1:1. No, this is not the ratio of B and C. But just repeat this number 4 here. Same way, this 5 and 3 and this part is vacant. So this is closer to 5. So just repeat this part 5 here. 5. Just repeat this part. ठीक है? Just repeat this part. Now, to get the final answer, I just need to multiply all these numbers. I just need to multiply all these numbers. 3 times 5, 15, 4 times 5, 20, 4 times 3, 12. So this is our right answer. Is it okay? Is it okay? Yes, there are many names. People use different names for that. But anyway, point is the same. The purpose is the same. We just need to combine the ratios. So how we can do that? So you can make use of it. There's no problem with that. Okay, fine. Now answer this question. The second part of the question here. Answer this one now. Oh, many of you already got that. Good. Shivashish, Kavi, Vandan, Ayush, Nab, Archie. All of you are using the same, getting the same values. That's very nice. Those who have not solved it yet, please solve it fast. And I'm writing it here. So A is to B is given 1:2. I'm using the exactly same expression which we used earlier. And B, C is 3:4. And C, D is 5:3. So the values which are not known to us. So in that place, I'm just going to repeat the nearest value, right? Nearest value. So 1, 2. The other two values will be 2 each. Okay? And this is 3, 4. So here it would be 3. Here it would be 4. So I'm just repeating the nearest value, right? And same way, this is 5, 3. So these two values would be 5, 5. And the final answer is going to be obtained just by multiplying these values. So that becomes 15 is to 30, and 8 is 40, and here it is 24. So 15, 30, 40, 24. Is it fine? I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay. Before I move further to the next questions, let me ask you one more thing here. In this same question, if I ask you, tell me the answer to this one. AC by B square. Answer fast. What is the value of AC by B square? Answer fast. Disha, here it is. We've used that method only. And by the way, if I'm going to make the common value to be equal, then I need to take LCM multiple times. So in this first part, B was corresponding to 2, here B was corresponding to 3, so 2, 3 का LCM 6 लिया, then we are combining them, and then among these two ratios, C is the common part, so I again need to take the multiple of C, है ना? So that's why this is the direct. By the way, answer here, AC by B square. It's 2 by 3, okay. How did you do it? Ashiki, can you tell? How did you do it? Do I need to use these values? Yes, 2 by 3 is fine, 0.66 is okay, Urvashi. So my question is, how did you do it? Do we need to find this combined ratio? After that we can answer this? Or directly also we can answer this? Somehow. Alok says 2 by 3 or can't be determined. Why can't be determined, Alok? 2 by 3 is the right answer, it's fine. Yes, so there is no need to find out this combined ratio first. Directly we can make use of these given ratios. So that is a point for which I have asked this question. Now listen here. Yes, exactly, arranging the given ratios. That's good thing, Soumyadeep. We can make use of these values, that's fine. There's no wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is going to take long time. It's going to take a long time. Yes, excellent, Prachi. Wonderful. That's what I wanted to convey. Yes, Prachi, wonderful thing. See, AC by B square we need to calculate. If I break it in two parts, I can write it as A by B into C by B. Yes or no? Yes, A by B into C by B. Fine. A by B, we know that it is 1 by 2. And what is C by B? It is opposite of that is 4 by 3. That's it. We got our answer. Is it fine? Yes, Shyam. Is it understood? So the point is that we need to be clever enough to answer the question faster. Right? We need to be clever enough to answer the question faster. Okay, let me ask you another question. If question suppose ask something like this, if it says, let's say, find the ratio of maybe A by D, how much it would be? Answer fast, please. How much would be A by D? By the way, right now we have got all these values, so you can directly say 15 by 24. है ना? Right now you can say 15 by 24. Which means basically how much? 5 by 8? Isn't it? It's not 1 by 3, Samyak. 5 by 8, yes. Right now I can directly see from this parts also, we have combined ratios already. So 5 by 8 is fine. But other than combining the ratios first, can we use something directly? Other than combining the ratios first, can we do something directly? Yes. See, we know A by B, right? We know A by B. If I multiply this A by B with B by C, this B would be cancelled. And if I multiply the third given part, that is C by D, then this C would also be cancelled, isn't it? I'm just going to get my desired value. So basically it is simply multiplication of the three given ratios. So it is 1 by 2 into 3 by 4 into 5 by 3. So obviously 3 is going to be cancelled. Answer is 5 by 8. Okay. So point is that there is not a requirement to always calculate this combined ratios unless it is being asked for. We can always make use of the arrangement of the given ratios to find our answer. Is it okay? Fine, let's move further now. So is another good question. Fast, another word problem. Answer it quickly now. It's very easy. Yes, Rajiv, that's true. Disha, just there's a good word in English. It's called perseverance. That means continue, be consistent. You may not be seeing the results right now, but slow and steady wins the race, right? So keep on practicing, keep on solving, and there will be a day. Okay, answer to this question, Rahul. Sham Karan, I already mentioned that. Just take the LCM for the common values. So we need to apply it 2 times. Okay, here I'm seeing answer option C, Rahul, some of you are saying, and Shivashi, Shashiki, Vandan, you are saying option D, that is data insufficient. By the way, it is not data insufficient. Let's see. This is a good question. Again, question based on CAT question, actual CAT question. See, what does it say? It says 3 card players, Rohan, Rohit and Rahul started playing cards. At the beginning of the games, the amount of money each had was in the ratio 765. So 765. So these 3 persons, because it is not mentioned respectively, so we will assume it to be respectively. ठीक है ना? So it is Rohan, Rohit and Rahul. So these are their initial values at the beginning of the game. So let me write initial amounts with them. Fine. Now at the end of the game, the ratio was 654. So at the end of the game, the ratio was 654. The final amounts, you can say, at the end of the game. So one of the player won rupees 2400, and which player won the highest amount? That's the thing. Okay, first tell me one thing. Initially they were having the amounts, the money in the ratio 765, and after the game they had money in the ratio 654. So what has happened to money? ये money कहाँ से आया? ये money कहाँ से आया? Why this ratio is changing? What is happening actually in the game? What is happening in the game? Why this ratio is changing? Can someone tell me what is happening in the game? Why this ratio of money is changing with them? What is happening with the money? The money is being exchanged among all the persons, right? कोई lose किया, कोई win किया, exactly. The winner is gaining the money and the loser is giving away the money. So money is being exchanged, transferred. Yes, exactly. Interchange. Which means that total money is same in both the cases. Yes or no? Total money is same in both the cases. Can I say that? What do you say? Total money is same in both the cases? Yes or no? Yes, right? Total money is same in both the cases. Fine. Okay. So if I take the common multiplier here, something, let's say x, so 7x, 6x, 5x, so total becomes how much? Total money becomes how much? Yeah, if I talk about the individual ratios only, how much of the total part, how much of the total money Rohan was having initially? Can you tell me? Let's do this question quickly. So जल्दी करते हैं. So Rohan के पास initially total amount का कितना part है? This total is 7 plus 6, 13 plus 5, 18, right? So Rohan is having 7 by 18 of total money. Yes or no? This is a fraction of money Rohan is having initially, right? And what about Rohit? What about Rohit? It is 6 by 18. That is 1/3. Yes or no? है ना? And what about Rahul? It is 5 by 18. Till this point, is it okay? I've just calculated the individual portion out of the total money. And after the game, finally what is happening? That total part is 6 plus 5, 11 and 4, 15. The ratio has changed now, but the total money is not changed, right? Total money is same. So 6 plus 5, 11 plus 14. So 11 plus 4, 15, sorry, 15. So 15 ka 6 part is with Rohan. So it is 6 by 15. Achha, can we compare this? This money has increased or decreased? It is not exactly same. Now some changes has been there certainly. See, ये 1/6, ये 1/3 से ज्यादा थी. ये भी 1/3 से ज्यादा ही है ना? ये भी ज्यादा ही है. And it has further increased rather. It has further increased. And what about this part? It is 5 by 15, same 1/3. So there has been no change in this case, we can say. And in this case, it is becoming 4 by 15. It is becoming 4 by 15. So basically, the money with Rohit has not changed and money with Rohan and Rahul has changed. I need to see where it has increased, where it has decreased. That's it. Now the easiest way would be, you can see very easily, we just need to compare these fractions. Now easiest way would be, consider LCM of 18 and 15. Can you suggest something? What is the LCM of 18 and 15? 90, isn't it? 90. हम multiply करने की जरूरत नहीं है ना? 90 is okay. 90 is divisible by 18 as well as 15. So I can rewrite this value as, so this comes out to be 35 by 90. And if I multiply by 6 here, it comes out to be 36 by 90. So there's an increase. There's an increase. So basically, this person, Rohan, has certainly win, isn't it? And because there is no change, so there is no win or no loss. And for Rahul, what has happened? So same way, I'm multiplying it by 5 both sides. It is 25 by 90. And this one is multiplying by 6, so it is 24 by 90. Here it is decrease. So this person has lost. That's it. We got our answer. We got our answer. So clearly, so who won the highest amount? It's only Rohan who has won. So only Rohan has earned amount, right? Others two have not made any gain. Is it fine? So starting से ही हम आंसर देख सकते थे just by seeing the ratios. We just need to see what is the ratio. Is it okay? And that's fine, Samyak. Good. Is it okay? Fine. Let's move to the next part now. So now again, this is very small thing but very important thing, and in CAT it has been asked repeatedly. Again, in DI specifically. So when we are to compare two fractions, see, in case of DI, you are getting large tables with large numbers, some sales figures of a company, some cost figure, some profit figures. We need to compare which value is more. And in the fractions, we need to compare. So how we can do that? So these are two important properties here. There are two important results here. So considering a fraction a by b which is less than 1. Let's take an example. Yes, Oroshi, that's perfectly true. That's perfectly true. So a by b is less than 1. Let's take an example. So a by b less than 1. Let me take 2 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3. So what will happen if I increase both the numerator by same quantity, right? Where this is a positive number, right? X is a positive number. So let me increase both by 1. So if I increase both by 1, so यहाँ भी 1 increase कर दिया, यहाँ भी 1 increase कर दिया. So it is going to be how much? 3 by 4. Now can you tell me among 2 by 3 and 3 by 4, which fraction is larger? Which is greater fraction? Everyone please tell me. 2 by 3 or 3 by 4, which fraction is greater? Two by 3 and 3 by 4. Which fraction is greater? Yes, it's 3 by 4. Right? They are simple numbers, small numbers. We can easily check the values. There's no problem with that. ठीक है ना? Which number is greater? That is the question, Ria. So 2 by 3 is 0.66 if you write in decimals, and 3 by 4 is 0.75. We can easily check that. That's why I have taken the smaller numbers. So 3 by 4 is greater. Question is that, Disha, question is that, so if we increase both numerators and denominators by same value, the new fraction is larger or smaller? That's what we need to check. So right now I've taken this small example, 2 by 3 and then 3 by 4. So obviously, these small values we can easily see, so 3 by 4 is greater. Is it fine? It's not 2 by 3. Right, Ria? Your correction is accepted. Fine. Okay. What about 4 by 5? Is it for, this is for the greater number, isn't it? Alok, we are checking which is smaller fraction, which is lower fraction. We are checking the smaller or lower. So which is larger fraction among these two? 2 by 3, 3 by 4, 4 by 5. Which is the largest one here? Obviously 4 by 5 is for the greater. So basically this is an increasing sequence, I can say, right? This is an increasing sequence. If I ask you a question, 2024 upon 2025 and 2025 upon 2026. Now tell me, this is fraction A and fraction B. Which is greater, A or B? Which is greater, A or B? Now these two fractions are given. Which is greater, A or B? Obviously B. Right. This 2025 upon 2026, this is greater. And now no need to compare, no need to calculate it exactly. We have just seen the pattern here, right? So what is happening is that. Now why it is happening? Now listen very carefully. Why it is happening so? See, let me start with this 2 by 3 only. This is 2 by 3. By the way, this answer is correct. This B part is greater than earlier one. This answer is perfectly fine. Now let's try to understand why does it happen. So ये 2 by 3 is becoming smaller. The next fraction 3 by 4 is becoming larger, right? ये equal कब बनता? That's my question. ये कब equal बनता? If I'm increasing it by 2, if I'm increasing this numerator by 1 to make it 3, तो क्या denominator लेते ताकि ये equal बन जाते? That's my question. That's my question now. What should have been added here? What should have been added here so that this new fraction would have become equal to the earlier one? Can you tell me? I have increased 1 here. So what should have been increased here in the denominator? 3? No. If I increase 3 here, so it will become much more. No, Samyak, not 3. What should have been increased here in this denominator to make the new fraction equal to the previous one? Yes, exactly. Good, Akanksha. It's 1.5. अरे बाबा वापस 2 by 3 बनाना है ना. वापस 2 by 3 ही तो बनाना है ना. Right? So this denominator, you can see it is 1.5 times of numerator. So here also denominator should be 1.5 times of numerator. Right? So it should be 4.5. And how it would be 4.5? If I'm adding 1.5. Right? If I'm adding 1.5. Are you getting this? Is it fine? अच्छा ये कैसे पता लगा? Now see this 1 and 1.5, they are in the same ratio 2 by 3, isn't it? They are in the same ratio 2 by 3. So basically if the fractions, if the numerator and denominators are increased or maybe decreased in the same proportion, the new fraction would be same. That's a simple logic. I repeat, if the numerator and denominators are increased or maybe decreased in the same proportion, only then it would be same. But when I'm increasing both by 1, so what is happening? It is increased by 1/3 of itself, but this is increased by more than that, right? So that's how this new fraction is becoming larger than the earlier one. Are you getting it? ठीक है ना? So जैसा आपने यहाँ पे बात की थी, यहाँ पे I have written, so if this denominator had been increased by 1.5 तब तो equal बनते, but now it has been decreased by smaller quantity. So numerator has become larger, but denominator has not become that increased, right? So that's why this new fraction is becoming larger than the previous one. So that's the basic reasoning behind this, why it is happening so. Is it fine? So that's how we need to compare. That's how we need to compare larger fractions. So there will not be always equal gaps, but that's how we can easily find it. Fine. Okay. फिर से एक और एग्जांपल लीजिए. So 2, I'm continuing with the same value 2/3. I want to create an equal new fraction. So I'm adding, let's say 100 here. Can you tell me what should be added here so that it becomes equal? Find the value of this question mark here. Answer fast. What should be the value of this question mark so that the two fractions remain equal? Yes, fast please. Yes, excellent, Samya. Good. Sparsh, Archie, Anushka, why you are saying 100? How do you get to know that? Yes, I'm waiting. Take your time, get me the right answer. It's 150 exactly. See, right now still I can sense by the way you are writing the answer. Yes, my question is there, Pranavi, what should be added here? What should be the value of question mark here? By how much amount is 3 needs to be increased to make the two fractions same? So 150 is the right answer here, right? So by the way you are writing the answer, I can sense that you need to do cross multiplication or simplify something. But dear students, understand the same part which I just mentioned here. So this is 2/3. So if the new values are also in the ratio 2/3, the fractions would remain same. I repeat, when the increased values are also in the same ratio as the original fraction, right? So the new additions, the two numerator and denominator will also be in the same ratio as that original fraction. Then the two fractions will remain same. So this is 50 times 2, so this must be 50 times 3, which you are getting 150, isn't it? This is 50 times 3, that is 150. So they are also in the ratio 2/3, isn't it? तो जब तक ये जो भी हमने alterations की हैं, if they are also in the same ratio, the fractions would remain same. Is it fine? Is this thing clear to everyone? Yes or no? Okay. Now comes my question. If in place of, let's say it is increased by 150 only, But if I increase this value by more than 100, if I increase this value by more than 100, in place of 100, let's say it is 101 or 102, something like that. If this increases more than 100, then tell me the new fraction, will it be equal to the earlier fraction, more than earlier fraction, or smaller than earlier fraction? Yes, Anushka, right now I'm only talking about the difference, the extra addition part. Otherwise, what you have wrote is perfectly fine. Yes, more. Exactly, Samyak. That's the point here. That's the point here. So my question basically is 2 by 3, and here let's say it is 103 upon 153. I need to compare which of the fraction is more. So obviously this new fraction is more. Why? Because this is an increase of 150 here. So these two fractions would have been same if the numerator was increasing by 100, but this value is increasing by 101 now. So clearly this new fraction is greater than the earlier one. Is it fine? Souvik, that was the question. That was the question. If I increase this value by more than 100. ठीक है ना? Right, good. So these are both the properties here. So if the original fraction was less than 1, and if I reverse it, if the original fraction is greater than 1, so its opposite thing will happen. Okay? So this thing is very helpful in solving the questions faster, as I mentioned you, in case of DI and in case of quant as well. I hope you have understood the logic. See, it is very easy to remember this statement, but while applying it, you will forget it certainly. But if you understand what we have discussed now, so then you are never going to forget it and you are able to use it properly and very fast. Okay, so let's quickly move to some more questions. Okay, this is a familiar question. This is a familiar question. You have already done this. Answer it fast now. Answer it fast this time. I hope you are getting a taste of CAT questions now. This question we have already, similar question we have already done in the today's session. Answer it fast. No, Samyak, that's not correct. The value of k can be 2, that's fine. But it's asking about what is sum of the values of k. Is 2 the only value possible? Don't do the mistake, please. No, nub. Please recheck. That's incomplete answer, Samyak. Shivashish, how you are getting 1 by 2? Yes, 1 is right answer. Good. Excellent, Archie. 1 is the right answer. Yes, excellent, Souvik. -1 and 2 are the two possible values. So the sum would be 1. Yes, Shikhar. Answer is 1. See, now that shows the competition. I told you in the beginning also we are going to get similar question again. And right now also I reminded you that similar question we have done already. Okay, see it here. So these are 3 equal fractions, 3 equal ratios. Their value is given equal to k. So we need to find the possible values of k, and their sum is the question. What is the sum? So how we can find this value? We discussed this earlier. Just add all the numerators and denominators. It comes out to be a plus b plus c, a plus c, so it becomes 2 times a plus b plus c, isn't it? And in the denominator you will get c plus a plus b, that is simple, a plus b plus c. So this would be equal to 2 if a plus b plus c is not equal to 0. But there is another case possible, if a plus b plus c equal to 0 also. We discussed that already and many of you missed that. Anyway, so if a plus b plus c is equal to 0, then what is going to happen? Let's make use of first fractions as earlier case. So a plus b would be minus c, right? A plus would be minus c. So this fraction, so this k will become a plus b upon c, where a plus b is minus c, so minus c upon c is minus 1. So this is another value possible. So these are the two values possible for k, 2 and minus 1, and the sum is clearly 1. So 2 minus 1 equals to 1. So this 1 is the right answer. ठीक है ना? So don't do the mistake. Okay, quickly let's move further. Fast, answer fast. By the way, those who have not joined our 25 batch yet, so you can still join, and you can contact your iQuanta team for that, and they will be in contact, and you can get all the details that how we conduct the classes on our secret group, that is only for the registered students, and there are live classes, there are practice sessions, application classes, and many more things. So this is just an example which we have seen today. We are going to discuss few more questions before we end. Yes, answer fast. Samyak Jain, question was asking for the sum. Yes, we have another class at 7. Yes, Athar, for 24 students. Okay, answer here. Yes, option B is right answer. Good. So it says two numbers are 20% and 40% more than a third number. Now there can be various ways. You can assume the value of the third number. Let the third number is 100. Let the third number is 100. Okay? There's no harm in that, right? If the third number is 100, can you tell me what is the value of the first number? What will be the value of the first number? It is 20% more than 100. That makes it 120. Isn't it? And same way, another number is 40% more than the third number. So 40% more than 100 would be 140. So we just need to find their ratio. You can easily simplify that. So 26 are 120 and 27s are 140. So 6:7 is the right answer. And that was really easy question. Let's move further. Now that's a good question. That's a good question. Answer it fast now. "10 years ago, the ratio of ages of a father and son was 7:3. Which of the following cannot be the ratio 10 years later?" Okay. I think Divya is answering for the previous question, I guess. Answer this one now. Yes, Parth. Are you having any doubt? None of the above. Not true, Aditya. Taib says option B. Kavi says B. Swarna says C. Okay. Okay, see here, we already discussed that. So 10 years ago, the ratio of ages of father and son was 7:3. So father और son का जो age है वो 10 years ago, 10 साल पहले, this ratio was 7/3, right? So basically, now 10 years later, it is asking, that means after 20 years now, right? After 20 years from this value. So that means both numerator and denominator are being increased by same value. Yes or no? Both numerator and denominator are being increased by same value, 20 each, 20 years basically, right? We don't know their initial years, ages actually, but we know that ratio is 7/3 earlier. Now tell me, the new ratio would be smaller than 7/3 or more than 7/3? What about that? Can you answer this? We have just discussed that earlier. It is 7/3 earlier. Now it is being increased by 20, 20 both. Now this new ratio would be smaller than the previous one or the larger one? Just answer this one. अरे सम्यक, this is 10 years ago. ये 10 साल पहले की बात है. And we are talking about 10 years later. So it's 20. Basically, point is that equal number is being added. Whether it is 10 or 20, that doesn't matter actually. Yes, that new fraction is going to be smaller. Why it is smaller? So it would have been same if both the values are increased in the same proportion, right? So this is a smaller number. Here we are adding 20, and this is a larger number. So there we must have added more quantity, right? But we are adding a smaller value here in comparison. So certainly the new fraction is going to be smaller. This new fraction is going to be smaller. So basically I need to look for which fraction is more than 7/3. That is not possible. है ना? So more than 7/3 ratio would not be possible. So clearly this 5/2, this ratio is more than 7/3, right? It is 2.5. 5/2 is 2.5, and this is not 2.5. It is less than that. So option B is not possible. Other values are clearly possible. Is it fine? So that's why option B is the right answer. Why you are confused in that, Pranavi? Why you are saying more? अरे बाबा, न्यूमरेटर ज्यादा बड़ा नंबर है ना यहाँ पे. So this numerator must have been increased by larger quantity in the same proportion basically. Then the fraction would have been same. But right now the numerator is being increased by less quantity, which is it is supposed to be. So the new fraction is going to be smaller than the original one. ठीक है? Alok, we have spent enough time on discussing on this part. These fractions will remain same if the new alterations which are being done are in the same proportion. If they are in the same proportion. See, forget this 2020. I said whatever value it be, whatever value it be. Let's say यहाँ पर अगर 30 का increase कर रहा हूँ, तो इधर 70 का increase करने पे equal होना था ना. Let's think again, everyone. अगर यहाँ पे 30 का increase हो रहा है, so यहाँ पर 70 का increase करने पे we should have got equal values, right? Equal fractions. But here also I'm in place of 70, I'm just making increase of 30 only. That means this value is increased by smaller quantity. So this new fraction is going to be certainly smaller than the previous one. That's it. So whether this number is 20 or 10 or 30, that doesn't matter. So point is that this numerator is being increased by a smaller quantity comparatively. That's why this new fraction is smaller. And among them, we can easily see that this does not satisfy. 2:1 is possible, 3:2 is also possible, but 5:2 is not possible. Okay? So we shall end it here, I guess. So there are some portion remaining that will be continue. This is a homework question you can take. This is a homework question for all of you, and we shall end it for the day. Urvashi, अगर रट्टा मारना है तो this was second part, Urvashi. In that case, the first case was when the fraction is less than 1, but this time the fraction was greater than 1. Right? So it is reciprocal of that. The example which we discussed earlier. So it is a reciprocal of that. Reasoning is exactly same. Fine. So whatever we have discussed today, you are going to that practice, prepare for that part only. So this is a homework problem for you. You can solve it. Sparsh, the way we solved it, that was fast using reasoning part. And otherwise, you can make equations and verify. You will find out that other values are feasible for certain values of x and y, whatever variables we take. So, but just by seeing the ratios only, we could have easily negated. So that was the point which you were discussing there. It's fine, Rushi. Okay. Okay. So, answer. Ranit is answering for this question. No, Ranit, it can be answered. It can be answered. You can check it. You can find it later. Okay, so we shall end it here. So thank you very much. So when will be our next class? Your next classes will be next week, Alok. So classes for this batch, CAT 2025 batch. So they are held every week. So every week you will be having one quant class, and in addition you are having verbal classes as well, LRDI classes also. So your next quant class will be next week. So next Saturday it will be, Alok. No problem, Disha. You can ask repeatedly. See, someone may be faster than me, someone may be slower than me. That doesn't matter. It's okay. So as a teacher, there are n number of students. Right now we are having some 100 students. Sometimes we are having 1,000 students as well. So that doesn't matter. It's okay. So that's the benefit of attending it live. You can stop me and you can ask your doubts. Okay, but you don't compare yourself with others. Everyone has their own pace. So the point is that whether I'm learning or not, I should learn. And that's what I mentioned, I think, to you only or maybe somebody else, that perseverance. So be consistent. Don't give up. ऐसा मत सोचो कि अरे मुझसे नहीं होगा. Now there are so many fast people around me. So there can be fast people around you. It's okay. So but you just need to create your own niche. Okay. Excellent, Aditya. Thanks. Yes, Sparsh, make the equations and expressions. You can verify it on your own. Question is already with you. You can rewind the video and you can get the question and solve it. Okay, so I shall take your leave now. Thank you very much. And we shall meet now in the next week class. Okay, you are giving answer for this one. Yes, answer for this one is A. A is the correct answer here. For this question on your screen, the answer is option A. That's correct. A is the right answer here. Yes, in next class we'll be continuing with the properties on the this ratios only. Samyak? We'll be continuing with this topic of ratios only. There are proportion, there are variations, and the partnerships. So we'll be continuing with the same topic in the next class. Fine? Anushka, we are learning the basics in the class. This is a whole basic thing, right? But in what variety the questions are asked in CAT, so we are getting a taste of that also simultaneously. ठीक है ना? So, but yes, you can revise your basics from your school NCERT books. 6th to 10th books are sufficient. And if you are having our iQuanta books, that's also good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So I shall take your leave now. So I am ending this live stream now. Once again, thanks to all of you.